Tuesday's primary in the recall elections of 6 Republican state senators has protest candidates running in the various races. It's unusual but legal as the voters decide 2011. Good evening and thanks for joining us.
The state of Wisconsin is breaking new ground with 9 state Senate recall elections this summer. The first 6 get underway Tuesday with Democratic primary elections to decide who will take on the 6 Republicans facing recalls in a general election next month. The recalls stem from the senators' support of Governor Scott Walker's controversial budget bill. Fake Democratic candidates or protest candidates receiving Republican Party support have their opponents crying foul. Tonight, Fox 11's Beth Jones takes a closer look at the politics in play in a couple of Northeast Wisconsin races.
Whatever little I can do to...
Retired businessman 81-year-old John Buckstaff of Oshkosh is not your typical state Senate candidate, but nevertheless, you'll find him on the ballot on Tuesday.
I was approached on that basis. They said, you got to be retired, they're going to try to attack your business.
Buckstaff says a pro-Republican committee contacted him asking him to run as a protest candidate to delay the upcoming recall election against State Senator Randy Hopper.
I was approached, and I said, they're looking for a curmudgeon and a guy that was retired so they couldn't retaliate against their business. So I said, well, if you need me, I'll do it.
Records show Buckstaff has consistently supported Republican campaigns. We tried contacting the state Republican Party to measure their involvement in promoting candidates like Buckstaff, but no one returned our calls. However, in a statement released by the Republican Party of Wisconsin last month, while not directly taking responsibility for the protest candidates, the group indicated the candidates will give the Republican senators more time to communicate with their constituents.
I saw all this happening and I thought...
Despite candidate Otto Junkerman's similar demographic, Junkerman says it was his own decision to put himself on the ballot. The former Republican state representative is running against former De Pere mayor, Democrat Nancy Nussbaum, in Tuesday's primary. The winner will face State Senator Robert Coles in the general election. Junkerman says he supports Coles, and this is just another way to show it.
I don't expect to, I certainly wouldn't want to beat Rob, let's put it that way, but I certainly do expect to take some of the votes away from this lady.
But those who will face these protest candidates in the upcoming primaries feel they shouldn't even be there in the first place. They call it a waste of taxpayers' money.
I think they're very disingenuous. I think they're a dirty trick and a ploy from elected officials who clearly do not care about what their constituents actually need or want.
I just think it was a cynical ploy to give the Republican Party and the recall candidates more time. It also gives us more time, so we will work just twice as hard.
The use of protest candidates are completely within the law, although even some of the Republicans facing the recalls are against the idea. Hopper is on the record saying he was against a primary in his race, agreeing it's too costly for taxpayers. In Green Bay, Beth Jones, Fox 11 News.
We should point out Fox 11 was unable to get a hold of State Senate District 14 protest candidate Raul Church of Wautoma for this report. He'll be running against Democrat Fred Clark in the primary on Tuesday. The winner will face Republican State Senator Luther Olson in the general election. Also facing recalls this summer are 3 Democratic state senators, including Dave Hansen of Green Bay. There are Republican primaries set for 2 of these races, but in District 30, Hansen will face Republican David Vanderleest in a general election. All 3 elections will take place a week from Tuesday.